All right, market direction. How we starting this day? Well, it's already been over the top of previous day, and it's come back down, right? But it's holding in the upper range, which is still kind of bullish. But it did peak over and came back down, so we got to be careful until it goes over the top, which is represented by this line here in all my charts. There's a line right here. Overnight, it went over the top, came right back down. We want to see it hold overnight. It tried a couple times here, it tried there, and it just didn't hold. So we're looking for it to hold overnight, or we're going to be very careful about bullish stuff. Like right now, we have a buy signal right there, right? This was a good buy signal. And you know, you might find some buys up to that point, and the lower it goes, as long as it stays bullish on the 15. And right now, let's take a look at that. What is it doing on the 15-minute? We got to check the 15, the 10,000, and the 5-minute. 15-minute, 5-minute, and 10,000. What are they telling us? And that's going to be our direction. 10,000 tick chart looks bullish. Everything is in proper order. All right, you got the moving averages in the proper order. And what is it about the 5-minute? The 5-minute is starting to climb above all the moving averages. Okay, so it's kind of bullish, kind of bullish. It could be more bullish, but it's above all the moving averages. 10,000 above all the moving averages. 15-minute above all the moving averages. So that's very bullish, really. The question is, do I want to take a chance 2 minutes before the bell opens to get into this? And I don't. So I'm going to wait, but it does look bullish. I was just saying I got to wait for, you know, the direction because it can change on a heartbeat. As you can see, all the moving averages come down here, and everything was going down on the 500 tick. Started to do that on the 2000 tick. But we always got to pay attention to the best time charts. The 10,000 tick, still bullish, and the 15-minute and the 5-minute. 15-minute is give us nothing. This is just an ugly, choppy, nasty. It can go either way, so we got to be very, very careful. 5-minute, it was coming down below all the moving averages. Then it spiked right back up in a consolidation, choppy market. So the only strategy that I used today, just now, was a 3-bar reversal strategy right here, and I just took my profit as soon as it, you know, went up and gave me a 1-to-1. I could have held it longer and gotten more out of it, but the 3-bar reversal is when you find a candle that sweeps liquidity. Even one of the reasons I wanted to take this trade was because it did sweep liquidity. I said I'll keep my stop very, very tight. If we get a close above the previous 2 candles, I'll get long, and I got long immediately. And as soon as it popped up, I closed. I said, you know what, I'll take a 1-to-1 on this. Because it is so choppy on the 5-minute and 15-minute. I don't want to plan on and hope on a big move to the upside, even though it could happen. So that's where we're at right now, just waiting. Maybe we'll take some more range trades. We'll see what happens. Okay, now I knew not to take any trades during this chop, but now it's making a nice move over the top of previous day's level, which is represented by this line here. All right, so now I got to ask myself, is it going to give me a setup to keep going? Red bars ignored. Continuation in green is a momentum play, but I want it to retest perhaps yesterday's level and see if it gives us anything after the test and go back up. It might not. That's the thing about retests. You just have, if that's the process, you got to wait for the retest. It may not retest. All right, so that's what happens when it moves too quickly. But we're going to wait for a retest anyway and see what happens here, and I'll record what happens if we get one. Okay, we did have some red bars ignored, and you know, I'm thinking to myself, man, I should have just got in on these red bars ignored. It goes up, comes right back down, and I would have been stopped out. So here's the test of previous day's levels. Let's see what happens. If it closes strong above this, I'm going to jump in, use that pivot as my stop loss. So it's going to give me a green candle. It's not a very strong candle. I'm going to do it, and we're going to go right underneath that and see if we get anything at all. And if it doesn't, then that's fine with me.
Order submitted.
I'm going to try to get at least a 1-to-1 on it if I can. If I can break even on it, there goes 1-to-1 almost. So let me move my stop to break even. Oh, go to break even. All right, we're on break even right now.
Order canceled.
Let's see if it'll keep going. Hopefully it'll keep going. It's got a nice move on this thing here. Sell stop is
Order
in.
submitted.
At break even. I hope it keeps going because I really want to get a decent move on this thing. So let's see what happens here. Okay, it stopped us out for a bit break even,
Order canceled.
and it was worth a try. I like what's going on. Let's see what happens if it bounces here again and gives me a 3-bar reversal. I might jump back in it. So let's see what happens here. As you can see, that 3-bar reversal, if you get in before it closes, would have came right back down and stopped me out. So I definitely like to see it close. You know, if this one goes up and closes above those previous two, I'll get in it. But that keeps you out. I like to wait for the close. Sometimes the candle's long and big and it gives you a bigger stop loss. We're looking at the 5-minute chart and we're just simply noticing a big pintail. That's an ugly, ugly pintail. And looking at all our other time charts, keep us kind of coordinated in our understanding of what's happening. We could still get a 3-bar reversal on this thing, but it's got to really close strong above these previous candles. And until it does, I'm staying out. Now, just using this 500 tick chart and the previous day's level, that was a good short opportunity right there. You know, get in right here, stop right here. But, you know, using all the other time charts, I'm not interested in shorting right now on that. Okay, I tried a 3-bar reversal right off these pivot levels. You could see that it came back down right to that level. 3-bar reversal, get long. And I almost had a 1-to-1. It came down a little bit and I got scared and I took a small profit, but look at it go now. It's going right back up over the top. Boy, that was the trade. That was the trade setup. And finding these 3-bar reversals in structure is really, really high quality trade setup nonetheless. Okay, I'm going to try another test off of previous day's level. Hopefully it'll keep going. You can see this action right here where it came up and bounced. Now it's going. I'm going to try to do that with that pivot level. And of course, I'm probably just going to take a 1-to-1 here. So
Order filled. Order
get
canceled.
out because it's been chopping too much. So I'll just take my 1-to-1 at this moment and just nickel and dime my way up to a decent day here. Like, you know, you see this right here. You got to try it. It's also a trend line break. Red bars ignored. Off previous day's level. Moving averages are all pointed up. You got to try that. Now, I don't know if it's going to keep going. It might. It probably will. But grab a 1-to-1 as best I can do with this choppy day. Looking like this. Look at this choppiness. It was going. When you get a megaphone pattern, you really don't know what the heck it's going to do. So taking 1-to-1 is your best option on those days. So maybe we'll get another opportunity. And as you can see, right back down would have stopped me out if I tried to hold it, or if I would have just simply broke even, it would have been a break-even trade. Grab the 1-to-1. Over here, I broke even. Over here, I said, I'm going to take my 1-to-1. I'm not going to mess around this time. Now, you see the difference here when it broke out over the top, how the moving averages are right here when we took the trade. The moving averages are pointing this way and prices above the moving averages, whereas right here, when it broke over the top, the moving averages are coming down. So I'm a little more skeptical. It might work, but I'm a little more skeptical. And sure enough, if I would have got in on that candle right above, breaking above previous day's levels, either one of these, 3 even, it would have stopped me out right there for a loss. Okay, I just grabbed me a little 3-bar reversal here. I got in late and I got out. I got in late. I should have got in on this bar. I got in way up here. And then I barely got out right there just for a quick scalp. 3-bar reversal came back down into structure again, a little deeper. But with a day that's megaphoning, you can expect every pivot to get swept. So this pivot was swept right here. Put in a doji candle, and as soon as the candles closed above the previous two, you get in. Or maybe that was the right candle. Again, it still was late nonetheless. But you see how it's coming back down into this structure, down into this level here. So any 3-bar reversal down that area, at least try to break even if you not hold it for a big move to the upside. But to be honest with you, man, it really does look good on this, you know, time chart here. It's just having so much problem up in this area. I mean, you could see a big sweep down past this pivot or even this level down here. The whole day could end up just completely rejecting. But like yesterday where we saw the moving averages going up on the 5-minute chart, we were looking for 3-bar reversals anytime it came down into those areas. So that's what we're trying to do here. 3-bar reversal here, 3-bar reversal there. They'll both work pretty good, at least to break even at least. At the very minimum, you want to break even. You don't want to lose anything. So yeah, next thing you know here, it's probably going to try to shoot down even further. And we're going to look for some more 3-bar reversals. Okay, I'm going to try 3-bar reversal right here. It's coming down quite a bit into these moving averages right here. And right here on the 2000 tick chart, we have a 200 and a trend line. Maybe we can get something out of that right there. Let's sell at the ask.
Order filled.
Okay,
Order
we're going to take a little
canceled.
profit off of that. Take a little profit off of that. It might go up further. Yesterday we missed some 12R return on a risk, and there was a 7R multiple return on a risk. And then a 12R return, 12 times risk yesterday that I did not take. I only got a 2 to 1 on those. And the reason why I'm quick to it, I just noticed, this 3-bar reversal, if I would have got in on that candle, it would have stopped me out. I mean, there's no reason why I wouldn't have taken that other than I just wasn't quick enough. So that could have been a loss right there, right? You never know which one's going to make it, which one's not. And you could have a bunch of 3-bar reversals failing back to back to back to back to back. So it doesn't. It's definitely, no strategy is definitely perfect there. Well, I thought I was missing the run up. The thing broke out over the top of the previous day and over the top of the overnight session. It just kept right on going, and then it collapses all the way back down below the previous level day on a trend line on here. So this is where I did my 3-bar reversal right here. And so far, it's scary. It's chopping around. My stop is right here. You got a 3-bar reversal there. You got one there. You got one. Now you got 3 of them in a row. There's no guarantee it's going to go up. It's right at the previous day's level. It's having a hard time getting over it. We'll see what happens. I like what it looks like on the 5-minute chart here, pulling down into these moving averages. So we'll see if it works or not. All right, it stopped me out. It might put in another 3-bar reversal, but it's below previous levels day. I'm still green. I don't want to give it all back, so it'd be wise just to stop trading right now and try to figure out, what the heck's going on here. No one is excluded from getting head faked by the market. Everyone gets slapped by the market. So even if it stops you out and then goes right back up in your favor, welcome to trading. Everyone experiences that. No one is exempt from that. So if you still have green, take your green and call it a day. Well, I took a couple more trades. Let me see. Did I or didn't I? Yeah, we broke even on this. I like the way it came up and tested previous day's level. I got in. As soon as it started turning green, I broke even. That was a break even. Then it kept right on going, and I just felt the momentum. And I got in right there, and it went up to almost to 1-to-1, but I started trailing it candle by candle by candle, and it stopped me out for a profit, and it just came right back down. So those 2 trades, in my opinion, breaking even is a success, especially in a market like this. And as soon as I started trailing my candles here, it just, bam, like in 2 seconds came right back down. So that's the danger of this market today. Well, too unpredictable for me to trade, because now we got these strong pintails and red candles underneath all of the moving averages except for the 200, consolidating and pushing. It looks like it wants to break this structure here, on the 500 tick chart. These are good sell shorts, good short opportunities. So there's no reason to go long on 2000. You got everything underneath the moving averages. They're expanding down now. Let's see what the 10,000 tick chart looks like. Yeah, now you got complete and total flip of sides. Everything's above the moving averages over here, even right here. But now everything's under the moving averages over here. So, short opportunities are probably better at this point. But on a day like this, on a doji day like this, anything can happen. I mean, it can come all the way down here and do the same thing it did up here, head fake to the downside, and then come right back up to the middle again. So very tricky day to trade.